This is Kim, and welcome to Kuriosity. I have my co-host Dami.
Hello.
And our special guest is Gray today for episode 3.
Hello!
Welcome, Gray. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Of course, I'm really excited to do this again.
And Gray has their fur baby that they just adopted. This is Manny.
It's precious.
If you're just listening to the podcast, Manny is
He's a hound shepherd mix.
and he's adorable. And he's happy that he has his forever home
He's
now.
4 months old and he's big.
And adopted from the shelter.
He's gonna be massive.
Good
Yeah.
job. So, alrighty, folks, are we ready to go?
Yep.
Ready for
Yeah.
some questions, Gray? Yeah, this is really good. So, Kate, we got questions that we're going to be asking and just kind of something to go off of as we, we'll change it up as we go, or whatever. So, name at birth.
My name at birth was Graciela Emilia Palma. Very pretty, very regal, very Spanish. I still love it very much. I still don't plan on changing my legal name just because I do love it very much. It's just not what I go by. I was never called Graciela in my whole life unless I was in trouble from my mom.
I absolutely love that name.
Me too. I think it's really pretty.
It's
Yeah.
very pretty. I really like that name. And sex assigned at birth
Female.
and gender identity.
Non-binary.
Nice. And pronoun and why and what that means to you.
My pronouns are they, them. Personally, what it means to me is that I can kind of be whoever I want within the premise of they, them, because people are constantly using those pronouns in a sense when they don't know who someone is or if any other occasion, and it kind of just leaves a little mystery as to who the person actually is, and I like that. And it
Yeah.
kind of just leaves like an open area for people to know this person's gender or not, and sometimes it's not needed to know people's gender to respect them.
This is true.
Yeah.
You're right.
It means
You know-
freedom.
Right? Before I just want to break up something. Before we go to the next question, this is something I just want to ask you, both of you. So when I was talking about the podcast with my boss and a coworker, and they love the idea, everything, and they made the comment of, nobody. One day will come in. Maybe one day we'll have where nobody is labeled.
Yeah.
Which that would be great, but I don't think that will ever happen. And I think it's kind of on the same thing as races, and
Yeah.
do you think it'd be great, but what are your thoughts? Do you think that would ever be
I feel like even in the sense of like nobody being labeled, there's still always going to be somewhat of a label for people to give themselves because that's a form of expression, and I feel like that's what the LGBT community is all about, is like expression for ourselves and everything. I think it's important to have some kind of label in some ways.
yeah, okay. I like that. Yeah. No.
Oh god, there he goes.
We have got doggies everywhere. So, it was just a question because they mentioned it, and I'm like, I think we're always going to be labels. Manny. So let's get back to the questions. Okay. Age in which you realized that you were attracted to both sexes, same sex.
Probably like middle school-ish. It was same thing as like I feel like every child's sexual awakening, air quotations, is with like a cartoon character that they grew up
Yep.
watching and loving very much. And mine was probably either like Shigo from Kim Possible
Yep.
or like or probably like Scar's son in The Lion King 2. Like, they had no right making a little lion boy that damn cute. They had no right.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Kim Possible.
Me
too.
I
too.
love that cartoon.
So
I
good.
think I'm kind of like Kim Possible.
I for like years throughout high school, my friends called me Rufus.
Oh my god.
Well, I had a really bad haircut, and I kind of looked like a naked mole rat, and so
Oh no.
yeah, my friend, like, people who at the time I thought were bullying me, but they just wanted to be friends, they called me Rufus, and looking back on it, oh my god, looking back on it, it made me upset at the time, but now I laugh at it because it's pretty funny.
You're like, I kind of did look like a naked.
Yeah, I really did. I look at the pictures now, I'm like, oh god, why did I do that?
Was it like a bad buzz cut?
Oh, it was like a mullet mohawk with like straight down buzz sides, like really buzzed sides. It was bad.
Oh goodness. You have pictures?
I don't want to.
You're like, I don't want people to know what it
Yeah.
looked like.
I'm not exposing my high school self.
Manny, I love you.
So family life growing up?
Pretty chaotic. Basically up until the time I was 17, I was in and out of abusive households from my mom's boyfriends, and we were kind of not well off enough to have our own place to live and afford to live in our own place. So we had to like stay in these situations so that we wouldn't be homeless as a family of 4, because that's not really a doable situation. So unfortunately we had to stay at these houses for years or like months, just because that's what was easiest, because it kept a roof over our head. And that did suck a lot, but I'm grateful that I'm out of those situations now, and my mom and I can have an actual positive relationship with each other.
Nice,
Oh, yeah.
that's good.
It's very nice. It was really not good for a long time, and I'm glad that it's good now.
Over and done. And I think, you know, that just, I feel like situations like that just, they help us build our characters and help people that may be in a similar situation in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. Definitely went through more traumatic stuff than one person should ever have to go through in like 17 years, but
It's rough.
haven't been dealing with it since then,
There
so
you go.
it's really nice.
Nice.
That's good.
Good, good.
It's very good.
And did you keep it, your sexuality like a secret?
For a while I did, just because I personally didn't even really know what was going on. It's kind of like, it's a very confusing thing as a kid, trying to figure out, like, what does this mean when I feel this way about a person that's not, like, a boy or the opposite gender, you know? And it's always been very accepted in my family because my oldest sister is bisexual, and she came out when she was in middle school, and now she's older than 30 years old, so I always had a very accepting family. It just took me a while to come out, really, because I didn't even really know what my sexuality was, or like what my gender identity was. So now that I do know, for the most part, I can actually come out to people and tell them who I am and know that I'm telling them the truth.
Nice. And who was the first person that you confided in?
Probably my best friend Stevie. They were the first person that I ever confided in about being non-binary, and they kind of helped me figure out what it means to be non-binary, because at the beginning of our friendship, they were going through a point in their life where they didn't really know how they felt inside, like what gender they felt as. So they were starting to identify as gender non-conforming, which means you just don't identify as any gender, and you kind of just do your thing, flip back and forth as much as you need to feel comfortable. And I don't know, I kind of took that idea and ran with it. I was like, that seems kind of cool, because I've never really felt like, I've never really identified with being a female. Even since I was a kid, I feel like I was forcefully feminized by my family, and that's kind of what deterred me from wanting to be feminine, was just people forcing it on me when I was a child. And you shouldn't do that to your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Let your kids dress how they want, be who they want, do their thing. Like, that's the best way to have your child trust you and want to tell you things, is to let them do what they want within the means of safety.
Mm-hmm.
Really, like, my mom's motto growing up, she was like, I don't care what you grow up to be or who you are, just as long as you're not hurting yourself or other people.
Nice.
Word.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, then that first person, they were supportive when you told them and everything.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
It was very nice having that outlet and having a good group of friends that I could go to and talk to them about this and be like, I don't really know what this means. Can you help me? And they all were really sweet and did.
Yeah.
And helped me figure it out.
That definitely is like a plus.
Yeah.
It's just, having supportive people that definitely you could talk to, that know what you're going through.
It's very nice.
But I think it's kind of rare with a lot of people. Did you get bullied or harassed, like in school or?
A ridiculous amount. I actually had to drop out of public school and start going to online school after 7th grade because I was bullied so heavily in my college preparatory school that I told my mom that if she didn't take me out, I was going to kill myself.
Oh,
It was that bad. Like,
That's
people
disgusting.
there was
That
one
upsets
guy,
me so much.
there was one kid in particular that was just ridiculous and used to harass me physically all the time just because I was different. Like, I was genuinely the only emo kid in that school for about 2 years, so
that's rough.
they kind of just took that and ran with it and was like, yeah, let's pick on this one person that's completely different from everybody else.
Physically bully you?
Sometimes I did get into like a physical fight with that boy one time, and I didn't even really like go at him and try and hit him. He was just like grabbing me by my backpack and trying to rip me around the gym.
Oh man.
And it was really bad. And one of my friends had to come in and like literally picked him up and body slammed him into the gym floor because he wouldn't leave me alone.
Well, good for that friend. That's
Yeah.
all I gotta
Yeah,
say.
it
Good
was
on
very
that friend.
nice.
That's awesome.
We weren't
Yeah,
even
right?
like close friends, and he was like, why are you harassing them?
Yeah.
But-
Seriously, there's no reason to harass.
But
Like,
yeah,
that's just as...
the bullying and harassment was so bad that I
Yeah.
had to leave public school, and I never went back to it because I was so afraid of people.
Yeah, I'm sorry, because that's disgusting. I just...
That's
can't.
how it is when you go to a school
It shouldn't
that's
be that
full
way
of rich
at
white
all.
kids that paid their way to be in, and you got in through getting your name pulled out of a bowl.
That is not good at
That's
all.
literally how I got into that prep school, was they put all the names of the people that didn't pay their way in into a bowl, and then whoever gets their name picked out of the bowl gets to go to school there.
And you're like, lucky
So
me.
it's literally like the Hunger Games.
Yeah, literally.
Hunger Games.
Watson, he's not even close to you.
Oh, goodness. Oh, stop. You're being a...
He's like, he's too baby.
We've got dogs everywhere in here. So I know this is a, like the sensitive topic with a lot of people, but everybody wants to know about the sex life of everybody and anybody.
What?
So you're ready to talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what attracts you to another person sexually and emotionally?
Honestly, my biggest thing is like, just be nice. And I did say this last time when we recorded, but my big thing is just people being kind to each other and being kind to people that are in less fortunate situations. Like, if I'm hanging out with someone and they start saying shitty things about like homeless people or people in less fortunate situations, it's immediate like, no, I can't hang out with you anymore. You don't have respect for people that aren't up to your standard of what a person is. And that's not fair, because most people don't really realize that I was homeless for a time in my life, and it makes me very sympathetic towards homeless people that live on the street because I understand how difficult it is. And even then I was a kid, like I was a child, and we were staying at my mom's friend's house, so we still had a roof over our heads, but it just wasn't ours. and it was really difficult, but it's made me really sympathetic towards homeless people, and if people don't have sympathy towards them, I do not like those people, just because everyone is human, everyone has stuff that they've done, and just because someone's homeless and does things that you don't approve of doesn't make them any less of a valid human being. So just be nice. Like, as long as you're nice and you're not a jerk, I will probably like you very much. Like,
right.
just be a nice person.
Just have compassion for the human race and for other people.
Exactly.
Have
Just
some empathy.
be a good person.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick.
That's all that, like,
There
really
you go.
attracts me to people is, like, people's character and the way that they treat others.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And obviously, gender doesn't matter sexually.
No, not really. I've dated a cis woman. I've dated cis men. I also dated a transgender woman that when we first got together, she identified as male still, so kind of helped her go through the transition, the beginning parts of her transition, which was kind of nice getting to experience that with someone and help them feel comfortable in their own skin.
Nice. Definitely. So, and like, what turns you on about someone?
Physically, I kind of like hands. I'm a hands kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Really?
Yeah.
nice looking hands are really good.
Huh.
Yeah. If you have well kept like hands and your nails aren't dirty and
Right.
your hands look okay, I'm
Yeah.
like, that's someone I want to be
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. You
It's
take care of yourself.
That's cool.
I don't know. There's not really like a ton that attracts me to people. Sometimes I'm pretty picky about it, but it just really like depends on the situation and
Yeah.
the person.
Yeah.
Because certain people have different aspects about them that I like very much, and it's just kind of unique to everybody.
Yeah, definitely. I remember I had a friend and her husband was turned on by her feet. I just thought, okay, hey, whatever makes, him happy, I guess, makes them happy. So, and, next question is, like, do you want to settle down with someone one day, but you do have a boyfriend?
Yeah, I have
And
a fiance.
your fiance, yes, that's right, fiance.
My fiance, who is a cis white man.
Yeah.
But he is the
But-
only cis white man that I would probably like ever let near me in that way, just because he has proven himself to be more than an ally and has accepted the fact that since he is with me and I'm a non-binary person, it means that he is no longer just a straight man.
Yeah. That is not a straight relationship.
No, it's not. It's very gay.
Yep.
So,
And he is gay.
He's very gay.
and he's very understanding and loving towards you.
He tries his best to understand my situations and like the things that I go through, but
Well, it sounds like he cares about you very much.
he does. He loves me very much.
Yeah.
He didn't want me to get Manny, and then the second I brought him home, he was like, "Oh my god, what a sweet little baby.
Yeah.
I just want to love him." And I'm like, "Yeah, I told you. He's cute."
And I think you definitely found someone that, I think that's just like
I got very lucky.
it.
Yeah,
To just
extremely
find
lucky.
someone that
Especially in Humboldt County.
loves you for you and, nothing else. And I think that's freaking beautiful.
It is. I
Yeah.
went through a lot of shitty relationships, and the only relationship I ever had with a woman, she gaslit, manipulated, and abused me the entire time. And we were together for 2 months. 2 months!
Great.
And it was the worst
Wow.
relationship I've ever been in, and it was 2 months long.
Wow.
So that was a great experience with my first relationship with
Yeah,
a
right,
woman, but
right.
it didn't really deter me from being queer. It just kind of put a basis out there for me, and I was like, I should probably be more careful.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I mean, everything's a learning experience.
Yeah, it's
so
a
that,
lesson.
Yeah,
honestly.
everything's a lesson. So, do you want to have children ever?
Possibly in the future. My fiance and I have talked about it before, and especially with Roe versus Wade right now being under review and possibly being overturned, he's considered more getting a vasectomy than probably ever, just because he very much understands the importance of people with uteruses having reproductive rights, just because it's such a different situation for people with uteruses than it is for people with fucking penises. Like, they have so much more rights to their body and they get to do what they want with it, and it's just so difficult for anybody that has a uterus to get proper medical care for the way that they need. And even then, like, stupid white man on the council are trying to control our bodies and they don't even know who we are.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I don't know anything about you, but I'm going to control the one thing about you that makes you a baby maker because it's what's convenient for us, and if you make babies, that's all that matters. And my fiance has made it clear that he's very comfortable with the idea of getting a vasectomy if it means that I wouldn't have to go through a strenuous process of getting a hysterectomy, which would be getting your uterus removed, and that's like a very long recovery process, about 6 to 8 weeks of like staying in bed. And a vasectomy, you can walk out of it with an ice pack on your crotch, like,
and
it just seems like the better option.
A vasectomy definitely is much easier.
And I'm pretty sure there's a way to like come back from it too. Like, you can get it.
It's reversible
like,
to a degree.
Yeah.
You just have to get the procedure done in a certain way, and it can be reversible.
Which, I mean, that's another good thing about it. Like, if you ever, like, if he did get the vasectomy and, like, you said someday it changed your mind, and, like, cool, you can get it reversed.
Be that option.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, dream job or career?
That's a big one. There's so many things that I love to do. Like, I used to work at doggy daycares, and that made me fall in love with the idea of working with animals, and specifically dogs. Just because they're genuinely all unique to themselves. Like, every single dog has a different personality, entirely different demeanor. It's the same way as, like, people, you know? It's really crazy. It's definitely an experience meeting so many dogs in one place.
And they're just so like innocent and just full of love.
Yeah.
Love.
I either want to
accept you for whoever and whatever you are. Dogs are there, man.
Dogs are the best.
Yes. Man, he's so cute.
And I don't know. It's either that or I want to go to school for forensic science, forensic anthropology, or go to mortuary school. Because I think it would be cool to be a mortician.
Yeah.
I could definitely see you in that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
My daughter's friend did that. She was volunteering at the morgue because that's what she wanted to do, and she totally enjoyed it. And I mean, she ended up not going through with her plans, but yeah, she dug it, and she did great at it. So yeah, I see.
Yeah, I've always been interested in like the macabre and like death and stuff. I make art out of animal bones. For fuck's sake, like.
Yeah, you do, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, favorite music genre?
At the moment, it's definitely been like female-fronted indie rock. All I've been listening to is female-fronted bands. Anytime like a male singer comes on, I'm like, this just doesn't scratch my brain right now. So I skip it, and then I wait for one of my favorite bands to come on, and it's very nice. I have a whole playlist.
Nice.
What's your like top artist right now? What would you say? Like, who are you listening to the most, do you think?
Probably Mars Argo.
Sick.
She just made her comeback in the music scene after I think 7 years of being on hiatus.
Right.
And I'm really excited because she dropped a really good single. And
that's awesome.
It's probably the most exciting thing I've like been able to see is an artist that I discovered when she was on her hiatus, and then she comes back.
Nice.
And it's
awesome.
such a good comeback song too. Like, it's completely different from the music that she was making with Titanic.
Okay.
So it's just, it kind of reminds me of like Poppy's Glow Up, because she was also influenced by Titanic Sinclair, who is a very bad manipulator. Don't listen to his music.
Right.
And the second that Titanic didn't have rights to their music anymore, they immediately started going like the more alternative, more like metal, grungy sound.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot because compared to the sound that he was trying to get them to do, it was more like pop and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And it just really didn't seem like them. It was very
Yeah.
much like a manipulation tactic.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he is like
So yeah, my favorite artist right now is Mars Argo.
Sweet.
nice, very sweet.
Nice.
Favorite season?
The fall. It's a very common theme among the queers.
Yeah.
The changing of the seasons is
I
just
love fall.
very
I've
refreshing.
Always
No.
loved fall.
I was like going like trying to edit the audio for David's interview, and I'm like sitting back waiting for that part. I'm like, what are they gonna say for their favorite season? And they said winter, and I was like, what?
I know.
Because I was fully expecting fall.
I know.
I like expect everyone to say fall for some
Everybody should
reason,
be saying fall. I know.
and it was just really
it
funny
threw
to
me
me.
off, too.
Yeah, that it completely threw me off when I was listening back to it. I'm like, huh,
Oh,
really?
Say, are you sure? No.
Yeah.
Want to think about that for a minute?
yeah,
Winter is very nice.
winter is nice.
I experienced very extreme winter time in Colorado.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you
sure
did.
you did.
Feet of snow and blizzards. And
Right.
zero humidity, so it's just dry and cold, and it's
Yeah.
terrible.
Ugh,
Oh,
The air literally hurts your face in the wintertime.
no,
Mhm.
thank you.
that's the worst.
Yeah.
And do you like the holidays? And if so, which one is your favorite?
My favorite holiday is Halloween because it's not considered a commercial holiday because the church doesn't approve of it as being a holiday.
Yeah.
So that means it's not one. But other than that, I just really like Halloween. It also ties into it being the fall, and as a non-binary person, I've always liked the
Shit.
always liked the idea of being able to just one day a year you can be literally whatever or whoever you want,
It's the
and
best.
nobody can tell you that you can't.
The best day.
Dress up
So-
any way you want. Halloween is pretty darn fun. Halloween is a blast. Okay, celebrity crush.
I don't really follow celebrities that much, if I'm being honest. I actually recently, in the last couple months, unfollowed all celebrities off of social media because I realized that even if someone doesn't continue following you, or if they follow you one time and they keep following you, those people can still make money off of that person interacting with their account, and not just solely off of them like following them that one time. So it's a consistent thing that they make money off of, is these people sitting on their accounts as a follower, and I don't think that's really fair that you
Yeah.
can kind of just make money off of random people for no reason. Like, just doesn't make sense to me.
That's interesting.
But yeah, I don't really follow celebrities that much.
No,
I
that's
don't really
probably
have
good
a
thing.
celebrity
I
crush.
mean, yeah.
Maybe Christian Bale in American Psycho, but like in that movie in specific.
Yeah. I mean, like, for like saying celebrity crush, I think of like also meaning like fictional characters. Like that can even mean cartoon characters for me. Which you said, like Shigo,
Yeah.
which is 100% respectable.
She's a pretty woman, and she's very scary too.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about intimidating and scary women, but that do be it, sir.
Yeah.
That do be it.
Yeah.
They got that power. You're like, I want some of that. So, any regrets?
Not really. I mean, I feel like if I regretted anything in my life, I would just hold on to that forever. So I've kind of just
Good.
tried to work past all the things I did regret in the past, and I realized that this is stupid, but like everything happens for a reason, but not everything.
Mhm.
Most things happen for a reason, but not everything. And I really like that idea because it kind of just leaves a little room for error, for
Yeah.
things to go wrong, and it does. Nothing really goes according to plan ever.
No,
You can't
it doesn't.
perfectly plan something and have it go
No.
that way.
No.
So
And, I mean, I think everything that does happen that's we don't plan, it's a learning, and we learn from it
Yeah.
in some way. And I always figure it's always comes back. I mean, being older, I've definitely had things happen, and then later in my life, I am able to like. I come across somebody who has the same thing that happened to them, so I'm like, oh. But yeah, nobody has a perfect life, so. So if you could say one thing to the world, what would it be?
Hold on. Honestly,
He's fine.
it would just be like, again, be nice. Be nice to everyone you meet unless they give you a reason to not be nice to them. Like, and most of the time, whenever people give you a reason to not be nice to them, it's because they're a fucking piece of shit. So,
Fair.
keep that in mind.
Totally fair. Completely fair.
The only people I've met that I don't like were like really terrible people deep down, and that says a lot. So
Yeah.
It does.
yeah, just be nice.
Ugly on the inside.
Just be a nice person, and so many things will be given back to you, and good things and good ways later on in your life. Like, being nice to people costs absolutely nothing, and some people act like it is gonna kill them to be fucking nice to people, and I think it's so stupid. Like, just smile at people. Just say hello. Like
how hard? That blows me away. Like, how hard is it to be nice? Like, I found it harder to go out of my way to be like mean to somebody.
Yeah.
Like, because I've tried it. You know, I'm like,
it
I'm
takes
gonna be
a lot
bitch
of
to this
energy
person.
to be mean towards
It does.
people,
It takes
and
a lot of
it takes like
energy.
nothing to be sweet.
Right, and it feels better on the inside to be nice and know that you like talk to someone nicely. Okay, we only have one more question.
Okay.
Because I think Manny's like done.
He's ready to go.
So, what one question would you like to ask Dami or me or both of us?
Why are you such a little bitch?
Hi!
I'm just kidding. I love you so much. I love you both so much.
I love you guys.
I don't really have like questions for you guys. I just
I love you
appreciate
too.
you two being in my life, and I'm so glad
Aw.
that TJ Maxx, as hell of it was, brought so many good people
Yeah.
together and
Seriously.
made a lot of good people friends, and
Right?
I mean,
blows my mind.
Right?
like I moved here knowing 2 people, and that store gave me all of, like, I can connect everyone that I know back to that store pretty much.
Same,
Like,
literally same. It's
except for
insane.
like people who I've met through my best friend's fiance, and that's it. Like, that's the 2 people. Like, the 2 people is my best friend and their fiance, and that's who's given me my entire friend group here. It's
if it wasn't
it's
for
insane.
that store, I would not be doing this.
Yeah.
guess what,
Honestly.
Kim? You are, and you have the best gay friends.
Yeah,
I
and you
do.
have a lot of
I
them.
seriously do.
We
Like,
all consider you our gay mom.
Yeah.
Because you're literally, I don't know, the only person in TJ Maxx that's like your age that actually like tried, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
you treated everyone with respect. You gave us
Oh,
like
thanks.
comfort in that store when
Thanks,
there
I
was
appreciate that.
nothing.
Well,
and when you left, it was so sad because I knew I'd not see Kim anymore.
And
Yeah.
here we are.
Well,
And we can
we're
hang
here.
out anytime. We could do this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could
Third
do
time.
several podcasts. We could change it up anytime we want. So, yeah, I love you guys.
Love you
Me
too.
You're
Oh, yeah, that's a wholesome ass ending.
awesome. Right?
That's really sweet. All
I
right.
just love my
All
friends.
right, thanks.
Well,
Thanks everybody for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Heck
Thank
yeah.
you.
And all right, till next time. Peace out.
cut.